You don't fail because you're lazy. You fail because you've built loyalty to the version of yourself that cannot win. What would your life look like if you finished everything you started? You've done it again. Another plan abandoned. Another promise broken. Another half-finished thing collecting dust, mocking you from the corner of your life. And you hate yourself for it, don't you? But here's the truth no one tells you. You didn't fail because you're lazy. You failed because deep down, you are loyal to the version of you that cannot win. That part of you, the invisible saboteur, isn't just some bad habit. It's an identity. It's who you secretly believe you are. And until you kill it, you will never finish what you start. We love to believe that quitting feels bad, that failure leaves a sour taste in our mouths, that disappointment is punishment enough to make us change next time. But if that were true, wouldn't you have stopped by now? No, quitting feels good, not consciously maybe, but deep down it brings relief. Think about the last time you gave up on something you swore you'd see through. The gym membership that became a donation to your local fitness center. The course you bought with big dreams and never opened past Module 1. The side business you started, told everyone about, and quietly buried without explanation. The moment you let yourself quit, didn't you feel a strange kind of peace, a release of tension, a sigh of relief? That's because failure protects you from discomfort, from uncertainty, from proving yourself wrong. As long as you never really try, you never have to confront the terrifying question, what if I'm not capable? This is the cruel irony. Failure feels safer than success. Success threatens to rewrite your identity. Failure lets you stay exactly where you are. Every action you take either confirms or challenges your identity. And humans are wired to stay consistent with who they believe they are, even if that belief is destroying them. You might say, I want to be fit. I want to be financially free. I want to be a creator. But what do you believe? I'm the kind of person who quits. I'm the kind of person who never follows through. I'm the kind of person who isn't good enough. That belief runs the show. When you start something new, you feel a rush of excitement. But that excitement isn't confidence, it's hope. And hope is fragile. The second things get uncomfortable, your old identity kicks in like a jealous lover, whispering, this isn't you. You've never been disciplined. You can't do this. Better to stop now before you embarrass yourself. And you listen, not because you want to, but because quitting confirms what you already believe about yourself. It feels true. Your ego has one job, to protect your current self-concept. It doesn't care if that self-concept is killing you. It only cares that it stays intact. That's why you procrastinate on big projects, sabotage relationships when they get too good, or mysteriously lose motivation right when things start working. Your ego would rather you stay in a predictable hell than risk an unpredictable heaven. Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. But you've never truly said it, not in a way that your actions believe. You're stuck in a loop of wanting change while clinging to who you've always been. One of the saboteur's favorite weapons is postponement. I'll restart on Monday. I'll be ready once I've read this book. Next time I'll really commit. Next time never comes. Because next time is a lie you tell yourself to avoid facing the truth. You're not failing because you're not ready. You're failing because you're not willing. Willing to endure discomfort. Willing to be terrible at something long enough to improve. Willing to let go of the comforting story of who you are. The old you, the one who always stops, isn't going to vanish on its own. You have to kill it. This is the moment most people turn the video off, because what I'm saying isn't motivational, it's confronting. But if you're still here, you're different. You're tired of being the person who never finishes. You're tired of your potential rotting in the graveyard of half-built dreams. So here's the first step. Admit that you are the problem, and that's good news. Because if you're the problem, you're also the solution. If you're done letting the old you win, say it out loud right now. No more excuses. Type it in the comments. Claim it. We're not here to play small anymore. You think you choose to quit, You think it's a conscious decision. I just didn't feel like it. Life got busy. It wasn't the right time. But you're not choosing. You're obeying. Obeying a loop that's been running inside you for years. A loop so well-worn it no longer asks for permission. It acts. It decides. It shuts you down before you even notice. And the most dangerous part? This loop rewards you every time you fail. Every behavior you repeat, good or bad, lives inside a loop. Cue to craving, to routine, to reward. You've probably heard this in the context of building good habits. But here's the uncomfortable truth. It's also the engine of your self-destruction. Let's break it down. 1. Cue, a trigger. Something sparks the loop. Maybe it's the moment your alarm rings for that early workout. Maybe it's opening your laptop to work on that side project. Maybe it's sitting down to finally tackle your finances. 2. Craving, not for success, but for relief. Relief from discomfort, from effort, from the anxiety of what if I fail? 3. Routine, the action you take to satisfy that craving. You skip the workout. You check social media for a minute. You put the project off until tomorrow. 4. Reward. The loop closes with a hit of satisfaction. You feel safe again, unchallenged, unexposed. And here's the kicker. Your brain learns this pattern. Every time you cave, you train yourself to quit faster next time. Quitting feels good. That's the problem. People think the pain of failure will motivate them to change. But pain isn't what keeps you stuck. Pleasure is. The pleasure of escaping hard work. The pleasure of dodging judgment. The pleasure of staying true to the low expectations you secretly hold for yourself. When you quit, you tell your brain, "Good job, you avoided danger." And your brain, always eager to protect you, makes quitting easier and easier. Until one day, you don't even have to consciously decide. The loop decides for you. You stop before you start. Modern life has weaponized this loop against you. Everything is designed to soothe, distract, and pacify you. 1,000 apps to dull the discomfort of boredom. Entertainment on demand to erase effort. Algorithms feeding you an endless drip of, "You're fine the way you are," while your soul rots from unfulfilled potential. You've been taught that discomfort is a problem to fix instead of a signal to grow. Seneca warned us centuries ago, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Your suffering isn't from the work itself, it's from the story you tell yourself about how terrible the work will be. The imagined pain is always worse than the real thing. Why do you keep betraying yourself? Because on some level, it works. Quitting saves your ego. If you never fully try, you never have to face being not enough. Quitting gives you control. It lets you decide when to stop instead of risking failure on someone else's terms. Quitting feels safe. It lets you stay small where nothing is expected of you. But here's the devastating cost. Every time you quit, you reinforce the identity we exposed in Chapter 1. The identity of someone who doesn't finish. You dig the grave of your potential one small act of avoidance at a time. The domino effect, self-betrayal, doesn't stay confined to one area of your life. It spreads. Skip the gym? You'll justify skipping that difficult conversation. Procrastinate on your business? You'll procrastinate on self-care. Give up on yourself once? You'll do it again and again until the habit becomes who you are. And maybe you've noticed this pattern. Maybe you've even tried to break it. But here's why you failed so far. You've been trying to fight the routine without destroying the reward. Breaking the loop. Step 1, see it. You can't change what you refuse to see. And most people never look their loop in the eye. They stay vague. I procrastinate. I'm inconsistent. As if those words explain anything. So here's your first task. Track one cycle. Just one. What triggered it? Cue. What did you want in that moment? Craving. What did you do? Routine. What did you get out of it? Reward. You're not here to judge yourself yet, only to see, to drag the loop into the light, because once you see it, you can break it. Breaking the loop. Step 2, change the reward. You can't simply willpower your way through. You have to rewire the loop. Keep the cue, the trigger will come no matter what. Replace the routine with an action that aligns with who you want to be. Give yourself a new reward, one that builds, not destroys. Example, cue. Alarm rings at 6 a.m. Old routine, hit snooze. Old reward, relief from effort. New loop, cue. Alarm rings at 6 a.m. New routine, drink water, do 5 minutes of movement, not an hour, just 5. New reward, write down I kept my word to myself and feel that small win. You start to teach your brain that integrity feels better than avoidance. Breaking the loop. Step 3. Shrink the battlefield. Most people fail because they make the battle too big. They try to overhaul their entire life overnight, and when the inevitable discomfort hits, they crumble. Shrink it. Win small. Build trust with yourself, one action at a time. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for next time. Do the thing today in the smallest way possible and let that vote count. The truth about freedom. Here's the brutal irony. The very thing you think is giving you freedom, quitting, is enslaving you. You're not free to do what you want. You're chained to what feels good in the moment. You're a servant to the loop. Real freedom isn't the absence of discomfort. It's the power to act in spite of it. And that's what we build next. An identity that can't be sabotaged because it's too aligned to collapse. This video is your sign to stop waiting. Stop thinking you'll get serious later. Like this video, subscribe, and more importantly, act. Do one thing today your future self would thank you for. Then tell me in the comments what it is. We're not here to play small anymore. Next, we move into Chapter 3, Breaking the Loop, Identity Reprogramming, where we build the foundation of an unstoppable self. You've seen the saboteur. You've traced the loop. Now comes the hardest part, becoming someone who cannot be sabotaged. Not by motivation, not by life getting in the way, not by the whispers of your old self begging you to come back to mediocrity. This isn't about adding new habits. It's about erasing the person who can't win and replacing them with someone who does, without needing to try. It's about identity, the power of I am. Every action you take casts a vote for who you believe you are, and every time you quit, you vote for weakness. Every time you show up, you vote for strength. But here's the mistake most people make. They wait for evidence before they claim the identity. They think they need results before they can believe. That's backwards. Results don't create identity. Identity creates results. Think of the smoker who tries to quit by saying, "I'm trying to stop." They fight every craving because deep down, they still see themselves as a smoker. Contrast that with someone who simply says, "I don't smoke." There's no debate. The craving dies before it starts. You've been trying to get disciplined. You've been trying to be consistent. Stop trying. Decide. Become. Kill the old self. This is where most people flinch. They want to improve themselves without letting go of themselves. They want to transform without death. But transformation always demands a sacrifice. The old you, the one who breaks promises, who starts and never finishes, has to die. Not fade, not coexist. Die. Write this down. I bury the version of me who quits, then act like they're gone. No more identifying with their excuses. No more. I always struggle with consistency. That person isn't you anymore. Yes, it feels like lying at first, but it's not a lie. It's a declaration. And if you hold to it, your actions will catch up. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." Stop arguing with your potential. Be it. The identity loop. Earlier we broke down the destructive habit loop. Now we build a new one. 1. Cue, something triggers the action. 2. Routine. You do the smallest possible action that aligns with the identity you're claiming. 3. Reward. You mark the win, reinforcing, "This is who I am." Example, cue. Evening hits. Routine. Instead of binge watching, you spend 15 minutes on your project. Reward, you write in a journal, I am a finisher. I did what I said. This is how you shift from hoping to being. Small, undeniable evidence stacked daily until there's no room for doubt. Environment. Sculpt the world, sculpt the self. Your identity isn't just in your head, it's in your surroundings. Right now, your environment is designed for failure. It makes quitting easy, invisible, acceptable. Fix it. Remove triggers of the old you. If late-night scrolling kills your mornings, leave your phone in another room. Add friction to quitting. Make failure inconvenient. Unplug the TV. Delete the apps. Block the sites. Add friction to success? No. Make success unavoidable. Put your shoes by the bed. Keep your workspace ready. Have a checklist in plain sight. Your environment should scream who you are becoming, not who you've been. The 3 non-negotiables. Want to know how to make this real fast? Set 3 daily non-negotiables, small actions you will do no matter what. Not I'll write a book this month. Not I'll lose 30 pounds this year. Simple. Daily. Identity building. 1. I drink water before coffee. 2. I do 10 minutes of focused work before distractions. 3. I end each day writing what I accomplished. Small enough to win, significant enough to stack. Over time, these tiny, relentless wins rewrite you. The death of motivation. Here's a truth you need to swallow. Motivation is useless now. You're not building a life that requires you to feel like it. You're building a life where you do it because that's who you are. When the old self whispers, skip today, it won't matter, you respond, that person's dead. I don't skip. This is identity reprogramming, cutting off escape routes until there's only one way forward, through. The mirror test. Stand in front of a mirror today, look yourself dead in the eye and ask, would I trust this person to keep a promise? If the answer is no, good. Now you know where you stand. Now you have a target. To become someone you'd bet everything on. And the only way to earn that trust? Keep promises to yourself every single day until the evidence is undeniable. The self you cannot betray. You'll know you've reprogrammed when 1. Quitting feels unnatural, like breaking a law of nature. 2. The thought of not showing up feels like a personal insult. 3. You no longer need to try, you just do. This isn't hype. This is reality when identity and action fuse. When I should becomes I am. This is the moment most people quit. Don't. If you're still watching, you're not like most. Subscribe. Comment, I am becoming unbreakable, so I know you're with me. Then prove it today. Do one small thing that aligns with who you're becoming. Next, we move into Chapter 4, Becoming Unstoppable, where we'll build the final layer. Guardrails, purpose, and the mindset that never collapses again. The end of negotiation. You've killed the old self. You've built the new one. But here's the final test. Can you stay unbroken when life hits back? Because it will. Hard. You'll get sick, lose money, face betrayal. Wake up one day with no energy, no hope, no obvious reason to keep going. Most people crumble here because they think transformation is a one-time event. It's not. It's a war, and the enemy fights back. The question isn't, will you fall? It's, will you stay down? The lie of, I'll be ready when. Here's the first thing you need to burn. The idea that you'll take action once things calm down, once you feel stable, once you've figured it all out. That moment will never come. Life doesn't get easier. It gets harder. And you get stronger. When you understand this, you stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop negotiating with the world, asking, can I please have the right circumstances to succeed? And you start declaring, I win regardless. Guardrails. Protecting the new you. Becoming unstoppable doesn't mean never facing weakness. It means building systems that catch you before you collapse. 1. Reflection as armor. End each day by asking, what did I do today that proved who I am? Where did I drift, and how do I correct tomorrow? This isn't guilt, it's calibration. Like a pilot adjusting mid-flight. 2. The never miss twice. Rule failure happens. You'll skip. You'll slip. That's life, but never twice. Ever. Miss one workout? The next one is non-negotiable. Slack on a project? You double down the next day. One miss is human. 2 in a row is a choice, and you don't choose regression. 3. External accountability. Find one person, friend, partner, community, who sees you as who you want to be and won't let you forget it. Not someone who pities your excuses. Someone who calls you out when you're slipping back into the grave. Purpose, the fuel that doesn't run out. Habits and identity will take you far, but there's one thing that will keep you going when everything else fails. Purpose. Why are you doing this? Why must you become this person? Why must you finish what you start? If your answer is shallow, I want abs, I want money, you'll fold when it gets hard. Those are nice, but they're not fuel for a lifetime. Your purpose has to be something you'd fight for when no one's watching. Something you'd die before betraying. Maybe it's proving to yourself you're not a waste of potential. Maybe it's building a life your future children can be proud of. Maybe it's leaving a legacy that says, I existed and I mattered. Whatever it is, find it. Burn it into your mind. Make every action a tribute to that purpose. The unstoppable mindset. When all of this comes together, something changes. You stop seeing challenges as threats and start seeing them as confirmation. Pain, proof you're alive and growing. Failure, data, not defeat. Resistance, the sign you're on the right path. You stop asking, can I do this? And start declaring, this is who I am. This is the end of negotiation. No more deals with weakness. No more half promises. No more escape routes. You are the kind of person who finishes. Period. The final act, burn the bridge back. Here's your last task. Write down everything the old you cost you, the opportunities lost, the respect you didn't earn, the nights you went to bed knowing you betrayed yourself. Read it once, then destroy it. Burn it if you have to. Let it be a funeral for the part of you that never made it. And as the ashes settle, say these words, I don't go back, because you can't. Not now, not after this. The road behind you is gone. There is only forward. If you're still here, you're not like most. Most click away before the pain gets real. You didn't. You stayed. You faced yourself. Now it's time to live as the person you've claimed to be. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, every day, for as long as you breathe. If this hit you, comment, I refuse to quit on me right now. Make it public, make it real, and subscribe. We're building a movement of people who finish. People who don't negotiate with weakness. People like you.